All right, boys and girls, good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Wanted to take maybe a step backwards to the beginning of it all. I know I kind of go over a lot of lessons and tutorials. Just kind of talking to a student and a good friend of mine who I've known for a few years now. We were just having this conversation, and it made a lot of sense. And it's like, let's go back to the basics. Let's show something as simple as how to tune a guitar, which I don't think I've ever really gone over with a lot of you, because I was kind of more about riffs and lessons and all that other stuff. So there's several ways you can tune the guitar. Obviously, you can tune the guitar just by ear and kind of using your, as far as just the notes. But what we're going to do is, because it's just so popular today, clip-on tuner. And it comes in very handy, probably much more handy as far as when you're gigging, when you're playing live, because you're not going to be able to hear anything when you're really up on stage. And even if it's just a small stage, there's a lot going on, it's easier to see what's in tune than trying to pick it up by ear. So we'll go over this. This is actually happens to be, this is the Snark model, but there's different ones you can get, different types of clips. Some are just all one color, like maybe a yellow or an orange on the screen. Some have different colors. This one actually has different colors. You'll see it closer. But just want to show you how I do it, how you can do it. And it clips right on, and you can clip it on any way you want, if you can see that. It'll clip right on to the headstock, and what it does is, the reason it works out so well is because it's not going off of what it hears, it's going off of the vibrations of the string. And when you could actually set the tuners to the 440, which is the standard for that A string, basically, right? And if you can see that A string is basically in tune for the most part. And I'll show you a closer look. I'll actually throw this out of tune and show you, how it works. But it's fairly simple. You get a clip-on, you put it right on there. The vibrations from you playing will register through here. You got to do one string at a time, but it registers. And I got to say, it's pretty accurate, because that's what I tend to use for my gigs, and it just seems to work very well. So we'll take a closer look at it. Obviously, questions, concerns, let me know in the comments below. What else, did I miss on this, or what are your other questions you have for follow-up? But we'll take a closer look at it. I'll show you how I do this, and typically it stays on there the whole time, especially during a gig. I'm not a fan of how it looks sometimes, I will be honest, but it works. The other option, which I'll show you in a different video, is actually having a pedal as a tuner on your pedal board. And I'm trying to get away from the big pedal boards, which is a different topic altogether. But let's take a look at this one, the clip-on tuner for your guitar. I'll show you how you do it. Pretty straightforward. They're inexpensive for the most part. Maybe, say $10, $11, up to $20, $30, depending on how much you want to get out of it. But they're very affordable. I've got actually several of them. I had another one somewhere here. But I always keep a lot of them handy, whether it's here in the gig bags. They're around, because you never know when you're going to need them. They do take a battery. It's kind of like, and it comes with a battery. But it comes with a watch battery, and you've got to take a look at the models. I think they're all fairly the same, but I don't want to give you the wrong information. But it's in there. You'll see it. But it's, the watch batteries that are about the size of a nickel bit, basically. So, but let's take a closer look at this one. I'll show you how it works, and hopefully it helps you out, right? All right, so here we go. As you can see, I've got the clip-on here. It's facing the camera, and I'm going to apologize now. I didn't realize with the lights and the setup, there's probably a glare that you get once in a while, so I'm going to do my best. Oh, look at that. You can even see me. Hello, there you are. I'll do my best to avoid all that, but you can see right there. Let me see if I get my finger there. Yeah, right there. That is the area where you see how it moves, right? So I've actually knocked the guitar out of tune. I'm playing a C chord, which sounds like a train wreck, right? So let's get it in tune. I'm actually going to bring the volume down on the guitar, but you can see how it still picks up. It picks everything up, right? So let's start with the high E string, right? Looks like it's flat, so I'm going to just bring it up. All right. And again, when you're tuning your guitar, you don't want to crank it big. Just little, if anything, 1/4 of an inch type of turn. All right. That looks pretty decent for this sake of purpose here. Let's go to the B string. That looks like it's a little sharp now, because you see it goes all the way towards the other side. So let's just bring it down again. Get it right in the middle. Get that meter right there at 12 o'clock. Oh. Do a little bit more. Come on. Hey, now. There we go. So we've got the B string. Let's go to the G string. Little flat there. So let's just bring that up. All right. Looks pretty good. Let's go to the D string. D string actually isn't too bad. I'm going to bring it down just a little bit. Now here's the thing to keep in mind. All guitar headstocks are a little bit different. So with the PRS, believe it or not, it's probably one of the more difficult ones to find a spot for it. If you've got a Strat, you've got the ball at the end of the headstock here, it fits perfectly. Les Paul, kind of right in the middle. This is kind of odd because it's kind of got like small little horns here, so I kind of just find a spot for it. So when it gets to that D string, it's a little funky at times. So D string is a little sharp. I got to move that actually because it's just kind of hitting it. So let's do that. You want to see this? Looks like it's in tune. So I'm just kind of playing a quick D chord here. And the top end of a couple other chords. It sounds pretty good. So let's go to the A string. Little flat. We're going to get that in there. Get it right to 12 o'clock. Meter right in the middle. There we go. And we'll do the low E now. I think we got it. So let's play that C chord again. That's it right there. We got it. So pretty straightforward. And again, the cool thing about using this for gigging, or even some of the pedals, because you can mute the pedals. You know, if you have to keep the amp up, you know, when you're tuning the guitar, you're going to hear this. Right? And you're going to be playing with it. But you can bring the volume completely down and still tune, because it's going to register off the sound vibration. So sometimes you've got to actually make sure all the strings are quiet, and then you go through each one. See that one a little flat? We'll bring it right back up. G looks good for now. D will bring it back up a little bit just to get more. There we go. Bang. There you go. That's kind of one of the ways you can tune your guitar. Pretty straightforward. Again, I think the clips are a great way to do it, especially if you're a beginner. I mean, I highly recommend getting a tuner regardless. I get it. You know, you should be able to tune your guitar by ear, and by ear meaning, if you can hear me, I'm actually gonna, which is a great thing to do. But sometimes it's much easier to tune it with the tuner. I mean, look, professionals use it different. Oh, hold on a minute. There I am again, right? Is that me? Hello. They use it for, again, you'll see people tuning their guitars at gigs. So it's not like it's taboo or anything that you got to use a tuner. Everyone uses them. So, but there's a lot you can choose from. It depends on what your budget is. And again, $10-15 gets you a pretty good one, I think. So I hope this helped you out, and I will see you on the next video. Later.